Today I hopped in my car, drove just a few miles east, and I found myself at Juno Beach. And today we are attending the 32nd annual Artfest by the Sea at Juno Beach. Once again, we ran into lots of great local artists. There were 300 vendors from 30 different states. I did stop and speak with about 9 different local artists. So I hope that you enjoy seeing what I picked out for you today. It's a free event, and there is also some food vendors there with some tasty treats that you can have a nice lunch with. And you're going to have some rain coming in this afternoon, but there is still tomorrow, and it's supposed to be a very beautiful, sunny day. So make sure that you come out and take a look for yourself. So tell me how the essential need to be clean led to this.
Well, actually, I had skin problems to begin with, and then I tried everything, and I went to a dermatologist, and nothing worked. Whatever he gave me actually made my skin worse, so my husband said, you know what, let me do some research. And your mom used to make soap at home, so just do your research and do the things yourself and see what happens. So that's what I did.
That's awesome.
I've been doing this for 7.5 years now. And I love it.
And
I use everything here.
You're local here.
Yes.
So people can find you online.
Absolutely.
And what's your best, Mother's Day is coming up. And this would make a great Mother's Day basket, kids. This would make a great Mother's Day basket.
Absolutely.
So what's your best
Sellers?
Yeah.
Oh man, I have a lot. I do have patchouli and peppermint, which is wonderful. Goat milk mango is also very nice. It does have goat milk and mangoes in it. I do have sand and sea.
Well, that one's almost gone.
Yes, it has sand in it. Mediterranean sea salt also is wonderful. So one thing about my soaps, none of them will dry your skin. I purposely designed and made them so that way when you use my soap, sometimes you don't need lotion unless you have extremely dry skin. I do. So basically enhance, add vitamins and minerals.
Wonderful. I love your stuff. It's so vibrant and colorful, and you think you're looking at a photograph, but you're not.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about your paintings, and I saw it online also, is the panoramic.
What I do is I don't do a fisheye lens. I just snap stuff all around, and then I print out all the photos, and then I kind of cut and paste the composition I want and paint it like them, and then reference. So I get that composition.
Oh, okay.
180 degrees.
All right.
So different from a fisheye, but it kind of has that feel.
Yes. Yeah. Because I would have just assumed that you just, took a panoramic picture on your phone, and so that's interesting. That's great. lean towards the dancers as your?
Well, my wife was a dancer.
Oh, okay.
That's probably my greatest inspiration. She's my muse.
Love that. Love that.
When I first started, I had a company called Creative Artistry, and we did a lot of work decoring and LP Climax products. And Disney did a lot of their resorts. They used it in a lot of their resorts. I know that it's still there, but when they originally opened Caribbean Beach, all of the shower walls in there, those are our designs.
Oh, okay. I love that resort. That's one of my favorites. You work with some nonprofits?
So I work with Tom Joyner and the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, I just love these. I think they're just really great. I really liked your stuff when I saw it online. It made me smile, and it fits perfect here. I'm a native Floridian, so it just and I was reading in your bio that you used to be a yacht builder.
Yeah.
And I was curious because I no problem seeing a yacht builder going to artistic stuff, but I would expect to see wood or resin.
My boats were all high-end composites. I can remember after Friday, after everybody go home, I'd turn the lights down low and put a spotlight on the boat that was the most finished. I'd turn on Andrew Bonicelli, open up a bottle of nice wine from Tuscany, and sit there and drink the whole bottle of wine just staring at the lines of the boat. And this is about as opposite as could possibly be.
Well, yeah, that's why I was curious.
Very simple.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, when it started off during the recession, and everybody was hurting, and people were just looking for something to make them smile.
And it made me smile when I saw it, which is why I wanted to. Yeah,
I always tell people, keep it simple. The more elaborate we can do, and we can do anything in the world. The more stuff you put on, it becomes complicated.
Right.
Makes the brain think too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've done 8,000 pieces. We have the most popular art in New York City right now.
I know I've seen some of these around, and I'm like, I know I've seen that. I know I've seen that. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time,
welcome.
Scott. I'm glad you're doing well. So were you just really bored in your custom motorcycle shop one day and got creative, or was this something you did for a while?
I have an art background before I even started doing motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
So I found myself hoarding these parts that I appreciated for some odd reason. And then, one day when business slowed down a little bit, we decided to go after it and get back in touch with the art world. And here we are today. After about 5 or 6 shows, we're loving it. We're continuing to go and build bigger.
That's great. Now I have a question. Are you ever working on a piece of artwork and then you go by a bench of one of your motorcycle builds and you're like, I need that piece for my artwork, not the motorcycle.
Sometimes. It sounds familiar.
And if somebody says, I'm missing a part, do they go, Jared?
It sounds familiar. We've gone across those lines. Usually it's takeoff parts, and we're replacing it with an upgraded part. And we'll end up taking that part. We'll obviously ask the customer if we could use their part, and most of the time they're more than happy to let us use it. So
That's great. Wonderful. So you have had a lot of businesses over your lifetime, I heard.
Yeah, sure.
And all of them hard work, I'm sure. How does it feel to settle in on something that is creative and makes you happy? And is this just as hard as all the other businesses you've had?
Well, it's not as hard as the other businesses because when you work, you know, there's a saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And so that's what it feels like being an artist. I've had a lot of success and I've had a lot of failures, and I've learned from the failures.
Yeah.
This is why it's made this all the more wonderful.
And I understand you have a patent on the process that you use
I do.
for your paintings. And so I'm curious, when you were playing around and having all those successes and failures, at the moment that you came up with that formula, did you know that was it? Or did it still took you some time?
No, I tell this story all the time. When I finally used the chemical reaction, I hadn't used the metal saturated in it yet. And when I finally saw that reaction, when I saw that movement, I remember going to bed hoping that it would cure because it had failed so many times, something like that. This was the most beautiful rendition of what I had tried. I came back the next morning and it was cured. I literally stepped back and looked and I said, that's it. And I worked on my process from there, and within a month I did my first show. Within a month later I sold 50 pieces.
Wow, that's great. I just love it. I love it.
Unfortunately, the camera doesn't capture how three-dimensional it is.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then there's always the glare.
Yeah, for sure. It's reflective, but you can't see the three-dimensional unless you're looking at it in person, where it's highly edited. And then sometimes that takes away the two characteristics of the piece.
Yeah, it's really neat. So I love your stuff, and I love that you're local and that you support the local community. I think it's wonderful.
I love being a part of it.
Yeah. And like you said, you have a lot of your stuff up here that's not your portraits, although I do love this one. And but what I did notice in a lot of your portraits is it's all in the eyes. Like each one I look at just has a really special thing. And I know from history, you know, family portraits were always so huge, and with everybody just clicking photos every 5 seconds these days, you know, they kind of lose their specialness. So I'm so glad that somebody's doing that. And people can contact you to do their portraits?
Yes, I have a
Wonderful.
website online, www.jmaderaspineart.com, and I do all kinds of commissions.
That's great.
People like that.
And you have a local gallery? Or no?
Well, right now I'm in a
Yeah.
2-month exhibit at the Arts Garage.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Wonderful.
My
Wonderful.
gallery's online.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for letting me take a look at your stuff. Yeah.
They are really
gorgeous. Thank you. They are gorgeous.
Where do you find the pieces that you put together for flowers?
I am a scavenger. I have Goodwill, thrift stores, consignment shops. My sister is retired and she lives to find me glass. She'll text me all day long.
That's great.
I drop boxes of glass off at my front door because look, I found this, or my grandmother had this, and somebody was getting.
Right.
I have probably over 6,000 pieces of glass in my garage.
I was going to ask, how do you store all that so that you can see it and know what you can put together?
Wall-to-wall shelving going down the sides, the back, and down the middle of it. And I keep like all my Italian and Turkish glass in the center, and my platters, and then all the vintage glass in another section. So,
My grandmother used to collect pink depression glass, and she had a lot.
When I first started, I used pink progression of diffraction glass and all different colors, but it's too thin. So when I drill it and then I screw it together, the tension on it is a big crack.
Right.
So I found that wasn't good glass, and I have a lot of it too. So
Yeah. What's your favorite flower?
live flowers.
Yeah.
Sunflower.
I can see that. Yeah.
I'm an orchid. I love orchids and I love sunflowers.
I understand you're a native Floridian, just like me.
Born and raised in North Palm.
I've been in Palm Beach County for the past 50 years, but was born in Tampa.
65. These are all done on aluminum. They've been coated with 3 layers of a powder-coated emulsion, and the image is printed, laid on top, pressed and heated. And the hot temperature sets the colors through the emulsion into the metal. And it's the fact that they're printed through many layers what allows you to see depth of field into the photo. But they just have stunning details, stunning colors. To be hung indoors or outdoors, and be made upwards of a 48 by 96.
Great. What's the most interesting thing you've filmed here locally?
Locally, gosh, the sea turtles that I truly love. The subject matter that I love so much, the one taken here down at Juno Beach. Many wonderful things. The sea fans, down. I love those photos, just the simple photos like that on a crystal clear day. Even the juvenile lionfish, which in reality, that photo is of a fish only the size of a pea. Left to right, from here to here, in real life is a ½ inch. So that fish is smaller than a pea. It's all the beautiful colors of that one.
And are you still using your old Nikon?
I still use it.
Wow. Amazing.
Amazingly enough, it's lasted, I've had it 42 years. I still shoot it all. It's all from film.
I like to
35 millimeter? That's 35 millimeter.
I like to promote living local, and I hear you have a summer camp that's very interesting.
I run a kids summer camp called Adventure Mike. So we go boating, fishing, snorkeling, island hiking, all the fun things you want to do on the water, and I run that right out of Phil Foster Park. And if you just go to adventuremike.com and you can take a look at it. It's about 70,000 images up on that of kids having fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I do encourage you, especially if you come on the morning of the first day of the event, to use the park and ride. It really just makes your life so much easier. It is free, so make sure to tip your drivers. For the Juno Fest, you'll be doing your park and ride at the FP&L Center on University Drive.
I am Nikki, and this is NixPix. Click here to subscribe. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment, and we'll see you real soon.